What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister, Dea.
What's up?
And my brother, Derek.
What's up?
And today we're talking about the Marvels. And before we get into the movie, I want to talk a little bit about numbers, because every article and every YouTube video and every short story, I don't know, everybody out there is like, oh my gosh, the Marvels bombed at the box office, and this is the whole worst movie in Marvel, and Marvel's failing. Is this the end of Marvel?
But is it not the lowest grossing movie?
It is. But here's what I kind of want to talk about. There's a few things I think we need to start to realize. And obviously, the media is going to jump on whatever kind of sensational headline they can. But has movies been doing as well as they have in the past? When you think about it, you've got...
With the exception of what, Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Haven't been doing
Movies have been horrible as a whole.
So, like, I don't think that is speaking to the quality of this movie. And we're going to talk about it. I'm not saying this is the best movie ever. But I don't think that this box office is directly speaking to the quality of this movie. I think people are just, like, if it's not a great movie, they're just not seeing it right away.
Yeah, so I think that's a yes and a no. Because this movie, it's not good. Spoiler, not good. And I think we, as consumers, as moviegoers, have less tolerance for movies that's just not good.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of movies that people thought was going to be blockbuster, like one of those Indiana Jones or something, didn't really make a ton of money. And it's because if I'm going to spend $13, $15 on something, then I want to make sure that I'm really going to enjoy it. And I think going in, and I was one of those, I went in knowing I wasn't going to like this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to feel that a lot of the people were just like, I'm not going to like this movie.
Yeah, and so they just didn't spend their money.
Yeah.
And that's another side aspect of this. People aren't readily just going to the movies like this just to see whatever movie anymore.
Well, there's no reason to.
And, well, if you're looking at our economy, maybe they can't afford to just go see a movie that's going to be okay, you know?
Yeah, people are going to want to spend money on a movie that they are going to enjoy. And since the movies has been hit and miss, people are like, hey. And it's like they like to blame, like, oh, well, we got all these streaming services and movies come out on that. But that's not the case.
Well, that's a factor. Because
it's a small factor, yeah.
Because if I know it's a movie I'm not really going to like, I'll be like,
well, I'll wait till it come out on stream.
That was going to be my next point. Well, a lot of people probably saw this trailer and they're like, well, when it hits Disney Plus, I'll watch it.
Yeah. And I mean, I say that about stuff that I think I might like. Like, I saw a trailer for Napoleon. I'm like, I'll catch it on streaming. I'm not going to pay money to go see it.
Yeah.
But it seems
that's
like
why,
a movie I would want to go see.
And so that's what the point I was getting at, that if it's a movie that people really wants to see and confident that the movie is going to be good, they will pay to go see it. It's like there hasn't been many movies where most of the audience are confident that the movie is going to be good.
Well, I mean, you can already tell when the movie's going to be bad.
For the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah, so I'm with DJ on this. Like, I mean, you can't.
Well, we look at Pixar's movie that came out this summer. It's Elemental, and it didn't have a great opening box office. And I remember the same things being said. Oh, Pixar has fallen off and blah, blah, blah. And it's not. And then later on, it started picking up steam. People started watching the movie because it was a good movie. And I'm like, maybe we just can't gauge these movies the same way.
Well, to me, that seems like word of mouth. Like, I haven't seen Elemental, but I've seen the trailers. The trailers, to me, says, I have no interest in this movie.
Yeah.
But if someone goes and say, yo, this movie is actually good, then the next week, let's go see this movie.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, okay, so that's a kid's movie, so you're going to bring your family.
Yeah.
So there's some things that I like. Word of mouth can help or hurt a movie.
It definitely can.
And to say like, okay, this movie isn't doing as well, there's a lot of factors to that. One, Marvel did not promote this movie like they do their other movies. I feel like even they were lackluster about this movie. Two, with the actors strike, the actors couldn't promote this movie.
That's true. We missed out on a lot of
So you don't have them trying to talk up the movie to be like, oh, it's so great, blah, blah, blah. So there was a lot of factors going into on why it is the lowest, or I don't know if it still is, but it was the lowest grossing MCU movie so far.
Yeah. And for the first weekend. And
honestly, I will say rightfully so. But, I mean, I don't think you could say that, oh, the MCU is failing or whatever. The MCU problems with the MCU is not me being tired of MCU movies. It's me being tired of bad movies.
Yes. And I'm going to, before we talk about the I know this is the Marvels, but this warrants this conversation. I'm going to talk about the MCU as well and where it's going, since that's part of the conversation, like, oh, it's going to fail. But also consider with the Marvels where it is in the year. Some people might have seen this and said, well, I'll go see it on Thanksgiving break. That's a week or so from now. Like, so you can't judge it solely on the opening weekend here. And I don't think it's going to do entirely horrible.
Internationally, it might do better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to make money. Is it $1 billion movie? No. But
the first Captain Marvel shouldn't have been $1 billion movie.
But my thing is, I think it's unrealistic to think that it was ever going to be $1 billion movie.
Great point, because that was one of my next points I was going to make. Also, I think people need to kind of curtail their expectations with what these movies are going to make. Marvel, for a second, was making $1 billion movie after $1 billion movie. That cannot be sustained.
No.
Right?
No.
Like, Infinity War came out $1 billion. Captain Marvel, $1 billion. Endgame, $2 billion. You know, Black Panther, $1 billion. The next Spider-Man, $1 billion.
But think about the lineup of those movies, though. It's like, okay, everyone's hyped for Endgame. Endgame's making $1 billion, right? So you're still riding that hype train. Captain Marvel, you know she's going to show up in the next Avengers movie. All right, we're all going to watch the Avengers movie, right? Black Panther came out shortly before Infinity War. You know everyone was going to go see Black Panther.
Yeah.
So those lineup of those movies, it makes sense that they all made $1 billion. Yeah. And then with the way Infinity War ended, the fact, of course, Endgame, I mean, opening weekend for Endgame was ridiculous because by the time Endgame dropped, it's like, yo, I'm going to go see that movie.
Yeah, we got to see the conclusion.
We have to see this movie. We have to see and then for it to live up to and succeed everything you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Well, I say it like this, and this is jokingly, but okay, Titanic is on 2 VS tapes.
Yes.
If one part of Titanic was released in the theaters and they were going to release the second part, people anticipation for the second part of the movie. In Titanic, you know the conclusion. It's a real story.
But everyone to be lined up to watch the end of that movie.
Yes.
Right. And so, again, okay, Spider-Man after that $1 billion. Because we came off that Endgame hype train.
Yes.
And now we're watching Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, because what was everybody's anticipation with Spider-Man? Oh, man, how does this go after Endgame?
Yeah.
Right.
It could have been any superhero movie.
Right. And then on top
after
of that,
Endgame,
Spider-Man was a good movie. Think about that lineup of movies. Black Panther, Infinity War. I didn't like Captain. I won't say I didn't like Captain. Captain Marvel was boring. But it's not a hateful movie.
Yeah. It is not.
Captain Marvel, Endgame, Spider-Man. It makes sense why those movies made $1 billion.
Yeah.
But then if you start off phase 4 with a bunch of lackluster movies, the amount they make trickles off because it's just like, okay.
Yeah, the hype's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And then like now we're gonna get into the life of Marvel, whether or not it's dying or not.
No.
They can't. Now look, I'm not giving them an excuse for having a number of lackluster movies, because they definitely have had that, but they cannot continue producing that level of hype for their movies, or even that quality of movies. Every movie you come out with, it's not going to be. You think they're a studio that only makes superhero movies, right? does Warner Brothers, every single Warner Brothers movie come out is a hit and it's just killer? No, it's not.
Well, I always think of it like when an album dropped, right?
Yes.
And I think like, I don't know, let's say Justin Timberlake, right? Dropped the 2020 Experience. Mm-hmm. I like that. Top to bottom, there's only a couple of songs I don't like. Mm-hmm. And so you say to yourself, how is he going to top that? Mm-hmm. And the thing is, he doesn't. And that's the thing, is like, they ended on such a high note. You want them to stay up there, but they can't.
Yeah, because you think about it, with your Justin Timberlake reference, okay, it's like you got Justified. You're like, man, this was a good album. Then you got Future Sex Love Sounds. Yep. You're like, wow, that was better than the last one. Then he came out with 2020. You're just like, wow, that was better than the last one. But the thing is like, okay, you can only sustain that high for so long.
Yeah, at some point there's a low.
Yes.
And, Men in the Woods, not great. Not great at all.
So when it comes to TV shows, movies, you're not going to hit it out the park every time. No, there's going to be a bad movie.
Would be okay. But I feel like Marvel kind of lost themselves.
They did. No, I'm not saying there isn't a problem. There is a problem with how they're trying to structure
and
things.
I think one of the problems was us because we were Endgame's great. Everything must be great after the fact.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, okay, that was disappointing. So we're waiting to get the high again, and they've been failing. And then they've been failing also because they've been doing some stupid stuff.
They have been. They've definitely done. Yes, I agree with that. And we're gonna, I think, get into some of that when we start talking about the actual movie. But as far as the question, like, is this the end of the Marvel's failing and they're falling off? No. I don't even know why that came up, because their previous movie was a box office hit.
What was that?
Guardians 3.
Okay. Yeah. But they say that every time. Oh, is it superhero fatigue? It's not superhero fatigue. No. Because they say that, The Flash wasn't a good Bond. It bombed because it was an awful movie.
Yes.
So it's not.
And no one wanted to see the actor either.
Yeah. It's not superhero fatigue, and they need to stop throwing that out there. It's bad movie fatigue.
Yep. Yeah.
And I think studios has basically thought we will see and accept anything because these movies were making money. But you realize we stayed on this train because they were not all. They were enjoyable for the most part.
Yeah. And I would say for Marvel, even with Phase 4 and the beginning of Phase 5, I think for the most part, we've gotten enjoyable movies. Yeah. It's just when you add in the TV shows and stuff, we're starting to notice more of the kind of...
Yeah. Well, and it's the same thing with that. Every TV show was not going to be good. I will say that our issue was... Like, okay, Moon Knight. I liked it. A lot of people didn't. But we didn't need it. But no. the thing is, it's not that big of a deal because it's not that big of a character that people were asking for. You get the gripe when it's just like, oh man, we're getting a She-Hulk show and it sucks. It's like, can you imagine if Falcon and the Winter Soldier sucked? It's like, dude, yeah. So it's like, I feel like that's the more of the issue of the characters that we really wanted to see and care about. That didn't meet our expectation, including with the movies, like with Black Widow. Yeah. That didn't meet our expectation. Thor 4, that didn't meet our expectations of what we wanted to see in a movie.
Yeah, I think their bad movies have been really bad.
Yes.
On a different scale. And for me, I feel like a lot of the other movies were just okay. And I don't think I have yet to walk out of one of these movies and say to myself, that was great.
Yeah. And honestly, they have it set up where it can draw back audiences. Because they come in 2024,
one great thing comes out and everybody's back.
We're begging for a great movie, really. It's just like, no, it won't take much for it to be another $1 billion. We're waiting for it.
Yeah, because just imagine this. 2024, Deadpool 3 comes out.
Everybody know Mama's
now, Deadpool 3 just has to be
they're gonna love it.
Slightly less than Deadpool 1. Then the next movie doesn't come out until the next year, 2025, and that's Captain America: Brave New World. If that movie, it be on the same lines, like they can't miss with it. Be on the same lines of the other Captain Americas.
Whew, you asking for a lot.
I know, but I'm just saying. Even if it's slightly,
you should have gave it to the Russo brothers. I feel like you can give Captain America to the Russo
brothers. They should have. Honestly, that movie makes me nervous.
It does, but let's say it's good. Let's say it's not on the level of Captain America, but it was still good. Do you know the draw they will get? The next two movies is Fantastic Four and then Kang Dynasty.
There's got to be some movies in between there.
No.
Blade?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Blade. Yes.
Oh, I sure.
Blade is before Blade is before Fantastic Four. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was Captain America, Blade, Fantastic Four, Kang Dynasty.
Wait, I thought Secret Wars was before Kang Dynasty.
Whichever one. It's supposed to be an Avenger movie.
I don't know what's happening until I see a commercial like 2 weeks before it drops.
Now talking negatively about Marvel, mentioning an Avengers movie, I don't know.
Well, who are the Avengers?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's true too.
I feel like we've got a lot of randomness, and then you're like Avengers, and I'm like, who? The Avengers?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'll talk some more about this when we talk about the end.
But see, that's the thing. There's 4 more because I'm not counting them.
Here's
shows,
my thing.
But there's 4 more movies before the next Avengers movie.
These movies has to be good.
It has to lead up to the Avengers in some way. You gotta make it lead to the Avengers.
Lead or not lead, these movies have to be good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like, I feel like we've been doing lackluster stuff for so long. These movie has to be good.
Or your flagship or the Avengers isn't gonna make money.
No, why would it? Why would I go see the Avengers movie? Like, when the Avengers movie first dropped, I wanted to see it because I enjoyed all those other stuff so much. And then it's like, we're gonna put them all together in a movie. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
How are they gonna pull that off?
Yeah.
Now there's not a single character that they have that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see them fight together.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the characters.
Yeah, so they got a lot of work to do.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. That being said, let's talk about the Marvels.
Yep.
So this is starring. It's Captain Marvel. Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau.
What's her superhero name? Does she not have one?
Photon, Pulsar. There are several, but they
didn't give her one in the movie.
Okay.
Because every time she was like, "You need a code name."
I know she said. I just was wondering what her real comic book name was.
Captain Marvel.
Photon is the.
Is she black?
Common one.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Oh, you said it like I'm supposed to know.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
Yes, she is.
I thought they might have did a little switcheroo. Okay.
No, actually, she was Captain Marvel before Carol Danvers.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah. Oh man, I lost my train of thought there.
Overall thoughts?
Yeah, let me
excuse me.
Let me talk about, because we already mentioned that like the movie's not great.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about why I think so. But again, I don't think it's a horrible movie. Okay. So my problems with the movie, which apparently the critics actually disagree with me on here, it's surprising. But my problems with the movie, one is the narrative is kind of clunky.
Yes.
It's tone's a little weird as well. But to me, I don't think that our leads have chemistry with each other.
They do not.
Okay.
That was mine.
So I'm going to agree and disagree. Here's what I think the problem is. Brie Larson. Yeah. She plays this character with zero emotion. She was completely lackluster in this. It's like I felt like the chemistry could have been there. Like their scenes together were fine. But it's her. I'm just like, are you happy? Are you sad? If you don't want to be in this movie, we can definitely find another person to play you. Like you're not special. Anyone can be Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So I feel like Brie Larson was a major issue. It's like I always felt like she didn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I felt like
she's very dry. And as an actor, I feel like everything she's been in, she's dry.
Well, even so, I think she brought more to the first Captain Marvel movie.
Do you think so? I told you from the get-go I didn't like her.
No, I don't disagree with you.
No, okay.
I was saying that I feel like it's even less here in this one.
Yeah. While
you have Iman Vellani, like...
who's giving it 150%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, we can dial that back some. But I get it. And I felt like... I don't know where she was going with. And then another thing is, like, you don't get to know Captain Marvel as a person.
Nope.
It's just Captain Marvel, who's always angry, who's been a superhero for 30 years, yet somehow don't know how to superhero. Like, you're still doing stupid stuff. Yeah. And it's just,
going in and destroying everything, no questions.
Yeah, no thinking, let's come up with a plan. And I was kind of thinking, like, when Iron Man came out, you got to know who Tony Stark was and who Iron Man is. You know who Steve Rogers is and who Captain America is. Like, who is Carol Danvers?
Yeah, they didn't focus on character so much. I mean, they did in the first movie because it was about her figuring out.
But this is her second movie. By now... is like it's like, do you love her, do you hate her? It's like, it's a person you love to hate, and it's just her. It's just like
they tried to do that with her whole being upset about
that was the weakest nonsense I've ever seen. I was just like, oh, for real?
It was super weak. So I was gonna say that the lack of chemistry, which I guess is mainly from Brie Larson,
to me,
it also to me made some of the quote unquote emotional scenes feel unearned. The scene right before the third act with when like basically she's apologizing and you have this hug between her and Monica Rambeau. I was like,
it didn't feel.
I'm like, I guess by the score and stuff, I'm supposed to feel emotional right now, but I don't
feel earned.
No.
Yeah.
Well, one, you kind of just threw in, oh, by the way, she ruined this planet, just in case you didn't know that happened in the first movie.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, even at the end, when, to me, and I guess this isn't a Brie Larson thing, but when they give Monica, like, the boost and make her all powerful and stuff, I'm like, this is supposed to be a big, exciting scene, and I'm like, I don't feel it. Like,
well, another problem with this movie, I felt like Monica was very weak in this movie. Like, I don't think they did enough to build up her character. And we're going full on spoilers, right?
Yeah, spoilers for the Marvels.
I don't think they did enough to build up her character. She always felt like she was half written to me. And then, so you get to the end when she's dying or whatever, it just felt like, if you never come back, I don't care, but I know you're coming back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say I don't want to see more of her character. It was just like, what did you do with it? Mm-hmm. Actually, this scene did more for me to like, oh yeah, I think this character is going to be good later on for Miss Marvel than any of the other ones.
Yep.
I really felt like this movie served more as an introduction to Kamala Khan than anything else.
Yeah.
Like
they could take this movie and make a season 2 of Miss Marvel.
Honestly, with this movie alone, we don't even need Miss Marvel TV show. You can just go ahead and pull that off of Disney Plus because we don't need it.
They did. They started, which it should be like that because you shouldn't have to watch the show.
But exactly, you shouldn't have to watch it. So they introduced her and developed her enough in this movie.
Yeah, it didn't matter that you didn't watch her show.
Not at all. Didn't matter a single bit. And I thought like she was really I thought her family dynamic was great. And like all that stuff, it was just like, it was good. But it's just like the other two characters supposed to be in the movie just wasn't as good.
No. They weren't.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because she's the rookie here.
Yes.
Not just like in the fictional movie, but like as an actress.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second thing she's ever acted in.
Yeah. And then another thing, if we can go back to Captain Marvel for a second, is like we never see Captain Marvel being like super duper awesome Captain Marvel. You know how like in the few minutes she's in the MCU movies, right?
Yeah.
She's doing something fantastic and great. And you're like, oh wow.
Yeah, because Captain Marvel.
Okay, so now that she's in her own movie, where's that awesome Captain Marvel moment?
Oh, she didn't have one.
Yeah.
Nope. She flew across the universe super fast somehow.
Woo.
No, I mean, like, no, there was literally a scene where she was back on Earth and Kamala and Monica was in the little space station and somehow she made it back there. Like, I know she can fly at the speed of light or close to or whatever, but I'm pretty sure in space that still takes a long time.
You're right about that. I didn't.
Unless she can fly through jump points.
I don't know. They don't ask me about fake movie science.
Okay, all right. That to me it was just weird. It threw me off in the movie. I'm like, how did she get there? But okay.
So I think that is a problem. And then second problem with this movie, Hammer Lady. I don't even know what her name was. It doesn't matter.
Darbin.
Whatever.
Okay. I think that it was an interesting take on a villain motive. I didn't really see that coming. Like, oh, she's stealing resources for her planet? Okay. But then, that aside, she is one of the most forgettable Marvel villains I've ever seen. Up there next to Malekith.
Like, I was just about to say that.
She's worse. Yeah, she's hands down worse.
She's worse than Malekith?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, come on. I didn't even know her name. Literally watching the movie, I was calling her Hammer Lady.
Well, they said her name several times.
Darbin.
It didn't matter. She was that forgettable.
And even her ending, I thought was happening quick, and like the thing fell on her. I'm like, wow, that's how she loses.
Even then, that was.
But then even though it wasn't, it still was like, oh wow, that's how she loses.
Oh, well, yeah, she was just bad, just all around, just awful. And honestly, I would rather you not even have her in this movie, which I don't know how you will do, because then there would be no story. But I'd rather have no story than her.
Yeah. Then, third act fight wasn't suspenseful. Like usually it's like, oh my god. There was no suspense at all.
There was no suspense in the movie.
Period.
No.
I was not on the edge of my seat with any suspense.
No, because everything gets resolved incredibly fast, or some things just doesn't get resolved at all, and then I guess we're just okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were parts of the movie that I did laugh at.
I did too.
I thought the comedy was okay. It never felt forced or over the top. I mean, this is better than Ant-Man, so it has that going for it.
True. Yeah, so. Ant-Man ruined the comedy.
Yeah.
Let the Flurkins eat.
That was Do not run.
Please stop running.
Let the Flurkins eat.
I could have done without the whole Flurkin thing, but that was still funny.
Yeah.
The whole
that could have been done. Could not have been there, but
I'm all down for the less cast the better. So
we lost all our cat people.
Sorry.
It was very creepy.
I can't get with no cat.
It is very creepy.
Yeah. So
but it was funny.
There's that, and then also some wonky CGI.
Where?
Where?
Really?
I
thought it was well shot.
I wasn't feeling it.
I thought it was well shot. I didn't have any issues.
I don't
have
it.
a problem with CGI.
No. I wasn't feeling it, but maybe I was the only one not feeling it.
Yeah.
I thought the fight scenes were cool too. And I'm glad that the fight.
Besides the fact that there was no suspense in it.
I mean, it was no suspense, but it's like I felt that it was well done, and I'm glad that the last fight scene wasn't full of CGI.
Yeah, they had that going for it.
Yeah, because as soon as it got to that in the third act, I was like, "We're getting a fight scene with no CGI." Thank you.
It was noticeable, but it wasn't great.
I did appreciate that we didn't deal with problems with the switching past the first act. It was a first act thing, and then we got it together after that.
Agreed.
Because they could have easily made that an issue throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, it didn't go on long enough to be annoying.
Yeah. Same thing with the song. I knew the singing part was going to be in there, and now this is just me. There are people that enjoy that part. Now, I'm not generally one that does, and to me, it was just short enough for me to be okay with it.
Well, I would have been okay with it if it was a better song.
It wasn't a good song. They could have made the song better. I don't know. Who wrote it? Why didn't you have the singers write the song? They're the singers.
But I agree with you. I knew it was coming because I read a review who said that there was singing in it, and I'm like, there's singing in it?
I did not know it was coming.
Yeah.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah,
I was extremely annoyed.
I knew it was coming because a review I read said that there was singing, and they liked it. I personally did not like it. I was like, I feel like if we're gonna do a song and number, let's go all out. I wanted some more choreographed dancing.
It was a little weak. Yeah. I thought we were gonna do a full on like you ever see a Bollywood movie where they have the full on dance?
That's what I was expecting.
So you thought it was gonna be like a whole dance?
Well, if they did that and it was a bop, I would have been real cool with it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I was annoyed, and I was not expecting it.
They should have did a full on Bollywood bop in there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I thought. When
she was like, they only communicate by singing. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Honestly, I was hoping the other two started singing too. I'm like, if we're gonna just do this, just go all in. But
then again, when we talk about the energy that the actresses were putting in there, we can see the difference. In Mount Vellani, you could see her just in the background having a blast. In this, even Teyonah Parris, I think she did a good job. This was probably put in ADR, but like some of her like little quips after the fact, like when Carol shows up in the dress and stuff, like it was genuinely funny, and I think added to it. Then again, Brie Larson's part in it. Can
we just replace her already?
Yeah.
Well, she might be, considering we keep on mentioning a certain group of people around characters connected to Miss Marvel.
I'm just saying, by the time we get to that, a whole nother person is playing her, and we just pretend like, I mean, we'll definitely Aunt Viv her.
True.
And just pretend
or
like
the mom off of Harriet off of Family Matters.
Yeah, just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yep. Like, we go from dark skin to light skin TV mom real quick.
It's like, oh, you look different, and keep on going.
Oh yeah, my wife and kids with the daughter.
Oh
yeah, it's a big switch.
Big switch. Or I mean, why I don't know why we're skipping this. Rhodey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rhodey. Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle.
And just pretend like it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
So I'm all for it. You're like,
because I mean, can you imagine like realistically, like based off the comic books, your leaders on the characters that's been in the movie right now of the Avengers would be Captain America, Captain Marvel, and She-Hulk.
No, She-Hulk.
And it's like
TV show. Do not put her in the
those movie.
2 no
actors. It's like no,
they're both replaceable.
Yeah.
So
honestly, I don't think she's a bad actor.
That's a movie.
I forgot about that.
We definitely forgot about it.
I forgot about the Thunderbolts.
We did. You're right. That's a thing
that is a movie.
A thing that is going to happen.
Okay.
I don't know if
it's more characters because we got Black Widow's sister.
We don't know what's going to happen.
How long ago has it been since we've seen her?
Like 4 years.
That's another Marvel problem. It's like I think they're throwing too much instead of focusing in. Like we focused in on our original 6. They threw in 1 or 2 characters here and there, but we focused in on those characters. We should have been doing. We got Black Panther. You should be doing Black Panther 3 within this, and the Captain America movie should have come out sooner.
Well,
we should be working on a Shang-Chi 2 or something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, think about it. The first phase built up the original 6, right? Then, and within the second phase, they said, "Oh, we introducing these other characters, showed how they were going to be also part of the team now. All right, second Avengers movies, these people are
the only characters they introduced before second Avengers movie was Guardians.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was it.
Oh, you're right.
The Guardians
was after that.
Yeah.
And then Ant-Man came right after that.
Yeah, but then it was like we're still focusing on one thing. And here is like. Is the Young Avengers, the Thunderbolts, the multiverse. Like, which part of this do we need to be focusing on?
Yeah, and that's part of the issue.
Yeah, you're throwing a bunch of stuff at me, and then again, like stuff like Black Widow was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, and you talking about Shang-Chi, the second movie is not even gonna come out into the whole Secret Wars of Kang Dynasty.
Then why did you give it to me?
Yeah, and see that's a problem. We got through Iron Man 3 before the second Avengers movie.
Yeah. So you talking about is what gonna be 5 years, 4 years,
right?
For a second movie.
So it's like, is he going to be in the Avengers thing? I'm gonna forget he existed.
He's gonna have to be, so we don't forget his character.
I already forgot about him.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Not his movie, but I guess he'll be in there. Avengers 2.
Forgot about him too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did forget about Doctor Strange.
See, there's too much happening.
So, yeah. It's too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie was okay. I don't think it deserves the hate that it's getting. It's an R-rated movie.
I label it as it's fine.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the worst thing I've seen.
I do think, because my wife did go see it, she enjoyed the movie. I also heard some other people say they enjoyed the movie. I think general audiences, and I'm not surprised, I think general audiences are going to like this movie, which is why I don't think the box office is going to stay low forever. It's not going to be like killer, but it's going to make them money.
Yeah.
And we just looked at the Rotten Tomatoes score. The audience score was 84%.
That's a little high.
It's a bit high for this movie, but again, that stands to show the general audiences are pretty much going to like this movie, I think. Mm-hmm. So it's fine. But let's talk about the final scene and the mid-credit scene.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So final scene is with Miss Marvel, which I actually legitimately I think I enjoyed that scene more than most of the scenes in the movie, just maybe because of Iman Vellani's energy.
Honestly, I think that scene sort of makes up for the whole lacklusterness of the movie.
It does.
And I appreciate that it mirrored what happened at the end of Iron Man.
Yeah.
And also, I appreciate that we're finally got a post-credit scene that actually means something.
Yes.
That it is introducing you to something new and then giving you something to look forward to. Like how Iron Man, we were like, wait a minute, are y'all seriously going to do an Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one, although not as, what?
Yeah.
It was still like, okay.
Yeah, because in my head, I'm like, okay, you got Shuri. You got Black Widow.
So you're now like, oh, now I can look forward
America
to the new
Chavez.
Avengers.
Forgot about her.
So they finally, after all of these stupid movies, gave me a in-movie scene worthwhile. Which, what took you so long?
And then also after watching this movie, like we mentioned, we were like, this did more for Miss Marvel than anyone else. Mm-hmm. I was actually thinking, I was like, well, yeah, I actually feel like she's going to work perfectly with Haley Steinfeld and how her character was in Hawkeye. Yep. I'm like, they're going to work like that. The chemistry in that movie is probably going to be amazing.
It made you see like, I do want to see that. Because at first I'm like, I don't want to see that. But like, then I was like, oh, yeah. It's like, okay, that is something I want to see.
Yeah. And I know they're going to be doing a bunch of stupid stuff. And it's probably going to be funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Young Avengers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're going to be getting that. Now our mid-credit scene. Mm-hmm. Once again, a scene that seems to be better acted than most of the actual movie, but with Monica waking up thinking she found her mother.
I was confused too. I was like, wait. And I'm like, is she dreaming this?
The entire time I'm like, man, who is she supposed to be? Who's her mother supposed to be?
Binary.
Who's that?
It's another version of Captain Marvel.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, but in this case, she's a mutant.
No, she's not.
She's not a mutant?
No.
Okay.
Binary was made from... It's weird. Comics are stupid. It's like Carol did something and it made Binary. It was whatever.
I don't need to know the why. Okay. It's just they showed the whole thing and I felt like I should know who this was and I didn't.
Yeah. So Binary is another version of Captain Marvel.
Got it.
What's her name? Maria was already Captain Marvel in another movie. So basically, this is just a universe where she became Captain Marvel instead of Carol.
Got it. Okay. All right. Continue.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, so Monica wakes up. It is Maria Rambeau, but not her mother because she's in a different universe. Mm-hmm. And it happens to be an X-Men universe because Beast walks in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow, finally, I guess we've gotten this solidified.
Yeah.
This also solidifies how the X-Men are going to be coming into the MCU. It's definitely going to be Secret Wars because Secret Wars is when they get all the different universes together and they're like fight. We read the comic, remember? And he put the planet together with the thing.
Yeah.
Now they're probably going to be basing off the newer one.
Secret Wars? I didn't like that comic book.
Yeah, it's going to be based off the new one.
Was it Colossus that was being like real like simpy over some random alien he found? I remember that. But no, they're probably going to be basing it off of the newer Secret Wars.
The newer one is better.
Yeah. But it does have to do with different universes, like incursions, and they
kind of like Infinite Crisis, but better.
Yeah.
So the universes fight each other?
I think so.
Why is it called a secret?
Don't know.
Okay.
But this is how they brought Wolverine back, because Wolverine had died. Remember in the comics,
he dies like every 2 years.
Yeah. And Old Man Logan was in it. That's actually where the story came from, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So what's gonna happen? Yeah,
because Captain America dies, but then he comes back as old Steve Rogers. Oh, that's right. Yeah. And he doesn't become Captain America again.
No, Sam Wilson is Captain America.
Yeah.
So everyone that got mad about Sam becoming Captain America, he's the Captain America in the comics, guys. Come on.
Right.
All right. So, and no, you can't give a previous assassin crazy man and have him be Captain America, guys.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
Like, no,
it doesn't even make sense.
All right. Sorry.
I'd be like, we just say this for the Captain America movie.
Oh yeah.
True.
Okay. So it's definitely going to be Secret Wars, because afterwards, then, the universes are probably going to meld together, and then you have now the X-Men in the main timeline.
So you don't think... So what is Deadpool going to be doing?
I guess he's supposed to be doing something similar. I don't know, though.
Yeah. So what I'm understanding of part of the premise is going to be some variation based off the comic book Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, because that's the name of the comic book. Mm-hmm. But in this case, that he is going to take it upon himself to get certain heroes from certain timelines to get rid of other heroes or / villains that don't belong there.
Oh, so he's going to be fixing up the Fox timeline.
Yeah, so he's fixing up the Fox timeline in so many words.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so that's why he wants to team up with Wolverine to do it.
He doesn't need Wolverine.
He doesn't.
All right, so how far down the line is Secret Wars?
Well, we forgot about 2 more movies, so 6.
That's a huge... I mean, I guess it's not unusual. I mean, they showed
because you
didn't give us that until like 10 years later.
Yeah, because the next movie is...
If they do those movies right, then it could...
Because you got Deadpool 3,
Avengers.
Yeah.
Captain America 4, Blade, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four.
Okay. I'm just wondering what other...
Fantastic Four is after Secret Wars, isn't it?
No, they have it listed before.
Does it matter?
Yeah, kind of.
I don't think it matters.
Because I think after Kang Dynasty, Dr. Doom is going to be the next person.
Fair enough.
I've been waiting for that for forever.
They've been talking about, should we do Dr. Doom instead of Kang if this Jonathan Majors thing doesn't...
Honestly...
no, please just replace him, because you cannot... You did all this setup for Kang and you can't pivot to Dr. Doom.
I feel like the story is not going to fit.
Yeah, just replace
It's going to feel incomplete.
Like, if everything falls through, then just replace him, please.
Yeah, just replace him. It's not that hard.
He's a veteran.
Or would you just replace him? I'm going to like it didn't happen. Roadie him. We just talked about replacing Brie Larson. Replace him.
Just
no big deal.
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of good actors out there.
Either way, I want to say is like, I'm glad we got like that little X-Men hint, because they've been dragging their feet on the X-Men.
Yeah.
So hopefully that means there's an X-Men movie before one of these Avengers.
You're funny.
It was rumored that it was supposed to be in the middle.
I'm just saying, maybe do something.
Yeah, but I mean, he did come out and say that like it's fluid. So
whatever. Y'all had the X-Men for like 8 years now. Let's stop playing these games.
They did.
Yeah.
we got all excited.
But I mean, we didn't find out until later. They was saying that before they replace them, the current actors are still under contract to play those characters.
Then use different X-Men.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to.
No. We don't have to have a Wolverine, a Professor X, a Magneto.
Because it doesn't have to be the X-Men.
Wolverine and Professor X wasn't under contract to play those characters.
No, you're talking about the... Yeah, only some of them were still under contract.
Jean Grey and Cyclops and stuff.
Bye, I didn't like you anyways.
Storm. It's like, well, just don't use them until their contract's up.
My thing is, you won't be missed. You can go.
Or pay them all out of their contract. Who cares?
And then it's like, you didn't have to do an X-Men movie?
What do you mean? There's plenty of actors.
There's 1,000 other mutants that they can use.
There's nobody that can play Cyclops?
I mean, you said buy out the contract. She was saying use other mutants.
Emma Frost, Gambit.
Yep. Oh, we better get a Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
And I better get Gambit done right.
Mm-hmm. Still waiting for a decent Rogue.
Yes. And she better steal Captain Marvel's powers.
That would be fantastic.
You don't want it to be Brie Larson so that
do it at the beginning of the movie so I don't have to see Brie Larson anymore.
Brie Larson's powers.
No, that would have to be in the middle or the end.
I don't care. I don't need to see her again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's 1,000 of other mutants that they can use. It doesn't have to be an X-Men movie.
No, it doesn't.
But you do need to give us the mutants.
Yeah.
And stop playing these games.
Yeah. I just feel like the overall fans don't feel like how we feel, though.
Well, I'm not saying though they can come eventually. Like I like Wolverine much as the next person. He doesn't have to be the first person you introduce. Just like how he didn't have to be in every X-Men movie.
No, he didn't.
I don't need this now.
You had to because he was the core.
Whole thing. He was the core.
I mean,
people were watching it because of him.
No, I still hope we're gonna get Wolverine for this Secret Wars thing.
Yes,
and I hope
he is contracted to be in both movies.
I hope after that we move on to X-23. We've had enough of Wolverine, and look. Did I love Wolverine in these X-Men movies? Absolutely. Perfect. Yeah. Loved it. Except for X-Men Origins. But
I don't want to say we had enough. It doesn't necessarily, and I know it's just kind of like how to replace RDJ as Tony Stark. It's like you can't replace him as Logan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And so, unfortunately, I would love to have Wolverine in a movie, but at the same time, if you're not as good as the original, I don't want to see you. So, and I'm down for having X-23, but I do think it would be disappointing not to have also Wolverine.
Well, we're going to see Wolverine.
But he's 60 years old.
Yeah, so it's the send-off, and then we can move on.
No, but what I'm saying is...
She's saying that there should still be a Wolverine.
We just keep Wolverine.
Not that but it's something that I would like. But at the same time, I know it's probably not a good idea.
You know what I hope they don't do? Mystique. Let's not.
I would love to have a good Mystique.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Well, because they ruined it for the last 8 years.
Also, while Dark Phoenix story is probably be awesome, let's just not do it since they did it twice.
Yeah, you ruined it twice. Let's just not do it again. It would be nice if that story was done correctly.
Unless they do the X-Men versus Avengers storyline of the Dark Phoenix.
They probably will.
That would be dope.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. There's characters that I will be okay with seeing again. But it's because we've had them for so long. And some of them, like you said, you don't want to see Mystique again. I would love to see Mystique again. But I would also like to get a good Mystique and not Jennifer Lawrence Mystique. So, she kind of ruined Mystique. But Mystique is an awesome character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I feel like if we're going to throw in Rogue, we need to throw in Mystique.
I do still want Storm. I think
Storm is too.
Yeah, but they ruined her too.
I liked it girl, but she didn't have much of a role.
I was like, it wasn't memorable enough, so... We can just throw Storm in.
At this point, can we just pretend like the other ones didn't happen?
Well, I think that's what Deadpool's doing.
Because, Renee, I love me a good Storm story, but they kind of ruined her.
Oh,
but I would love to see
a Storm movie with Shadow King.
Ooh, that'd be a creepy movie.
That'd be creepy. And that'd be on the verge of Legends. Legions.
There's no S in there.
Yeah. Legion. Sorry.
And then I really wanted Stern to be in Black Panther, but that's not going to happen now.
I know, it's disappointing.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Missed opportunity. You had the rights and you
didn't do nothing with it.
Boo.
Yes, I don't know what they're doing, but whatever. They need to figure out. Either way, though, end credit scene was good. Again, it was like, oh, hey, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably going to be 10 years from now. So, yeah.
Hopefully not. Yeah. But, okay. So, I guess any movie facts?
I have a couple. I also have some nitpicks, too.
Okay.
But we'll start with our random movie facts. Shortest MCU movie at 1 hour 45.
Which was good.
Yep.
It was good.
They don't all have to be over 2 hours long.
It does not. It was perfect. It was just like, oh great, this movie's ending. So
yeah,
it worked out great. If no one knows, Kelsey Grammer did reprise his role as Beast.
Yeah. That was his voice.
Yeah.
Just in case people didn't know, because he looks different.
It was CGI this time.
Yeah, it was all CGI, which again I didn't like, but you guys said I was wrong, so whatever.
It wasn't perfect as far as CGI, but I think CGI is probably better for Beast than the prosthetics.
I didn't mind the prosthetics in 2000. I thought it went okay.
Yeah, but he's also a lot older too.
He didn't look like the Cookie Monster, so that's good. Right?
True.
Yeah. True.
I mean, I like the character design of it or whatever. It just felt just too CGI for me.
Okay.
Okay, nitpicks.
Oh, I had a random movie fact. The actor that played the villain, Darbin, she is dating and currently engaged to Tom Hiddleston.
Is that her? When they said like Tom Hiddleston was liked her role in the movie, and I saw that name and I was like, who's she in this movie? Yeah. That's how forgettable her character was.
Wow. But yes, that's his fiance.
Interesting. Another random fact. If we're giving all random facts. The lady playing Monica Rambeau's mother is actually younger than her.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I don't know about how much. It's probably like 6 months or whatever. But they said that she was actually older. But
but fair enough. She played her mother when she was a kid. And
right. They just used the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And she was also in the Blip. So.
Yeah, I think they just picked two random people and said, here.
Yeah.
Mother, daughter. Yeah. Okay. Nitpicks. So I don't know. And maybe I am mistaken. But shouldn't Hammer Lady be easier to beat? I just felt like...
I mean, she was putting some hands on Captain Marvel. I noticed that during the movie.
Which didn't make no sense. Because she went toe-to-toe with Thanos, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you struggling with this girl?
They had to depower her.
I was like, it was definitely depowered.
Didn't make no sense.
Yeah, because Captain Marvel should just wipe the floor.
Right?
Yes.
No, it was the band. No, that bangle didn't give her
that band. And she wasn't even using it all the time. Or didn't even have all the power the entire time.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like one punch from Captain Marvel, like, why are we playing these games? Over. Yeah. Okay. So, did Atlanta, so what's the name of that? Atlanta. They lose all their water?
People are asking that. I don't think so.
But they didn't stop it. Because remember, Miss Marvel, Kamala, whatever, sent them away. And Captain was like, I can't lose again. So I'm like, so did all those people die?
Oh, did it stop when she got... No, wait.
No.
They didn't stop them.
No.
Did they fix any of those? Is that other planet still getting this air sucked out of it?
I guess.
Yeah, they had to leave that planet and people died.
Yeah, hold on. She fixed the star, but oh wow, man, no, hold on. Like the problems in this movie is not solved.
Nope.
She fixed the star, but that has nothing to do with the planet's water and atmosphere. Hala is still dying.
No, Hala
took the air.
They took the air in the water.
I get it.
Yes.
Okay. Still in water from another planet ain't really gonna help your planet.
But they filled the ocean.
Well, they filled their ocean with their water.
Drain right back out. What happened to your ocean? Why did it leave?
The sun died.
The sun died.
The ocean left because the sun died.
Bruh. Are we really about to question movie science?
Yes.
Not only movie science, comic book science.
She didn't solve that problem.
So she
did.
Hala stole the air, so now they have an atmosphere again.
Right, because she had them take the mask off.
Yeah, she took the mask off while it was currently vacuuming air off of the other planet. What happens when that planet's done?
That it gives them all the air that they need.
It doesn't just stick to the planet; it's going to leave.
It took the atmosphere, so it has an atmosphere now.
Has
so
its own atmosphere.
That's not how it works. We can't just throw air at Mars and go like we can breathe.
Look, the planet
you're trying to put logic.
Right, the planet now have an atmosphere. So therefore,
you're telling me that.
It has air. It stole water from Aladna. So now it has water.
Mm-hmm.
And
so Aladna doesn't have water.
Aladna is dead.
Yeah, they don't have water.
Which again, I was like, we did not see none of the negative effects of that. They was like, oh no, we lost. So
That's
bunch
why
of
she's
people.
called the Annihilator.
The guy she was married to, she's like, we just friends. Y'all more than friends. That man's dead now. and they just straight up let's double dutch with each other or whatever.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about it. But yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we let the planet with his atmosphere getting sucked from it go. That was too late. But yeah,
because those people, because they saved as many people as they could.
Yeah, so that was Tarnax.
And the rest of the people that was left on the planet, they died.
Okay, but so then we flash forward to the water planet. Those people are also dead.
Hey, why was Carol on the ship? Like, she grabbed Kamala and was like, we save who we can. You could have saved one more scroll because you don't need to be on the ship. Like Superman going on the spaceship like, sorry for you.
It's only one more.
So? You like, we save who you can? Well, you could have saved one more person.
Maybe she just wanted to make sure Kamala didn't do anything dumb. Yeah?
Okay.
Next thing. So did Hammer Lady just stop sucking up the Earth Sun? Cause like they were sucking it up.
Oh, okay, wait. All right, so Aladna might still be there, right? Because didn't the thing disappeared in front of our sun? That means we can infer that it disappeared from the other planets too.
But why?
I don't know. It did when she blew up with the Bengals, which again I don't know why.
But my thing is the entire fight.
Why did she disintegrate?
Oh, because they overpowered her Bengals. She couldn't hold the power.
She wasn't strong enough.
They overpowered it.
Yeah, they shot her with everything they could, and
no, that's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
She put on the second Bengal. She wasn't strong enough to handle the power of the second Bengal.
But Miss Marvel.
But Miss Marvel can. Oh, because Miss Marvel has the gene.
Oh yeah, okay.
What?
She has the mutant gene to control the Bengals.
Mutant logic.
Whatever.
Okay, so back to the sun getting sucked up.
Right. So the thing disappeared.
But why? Because when the entire time he was fighting her, the sun still being sucked up?
Yeah, very slowly it was. I was okay with that because it is a star, so I'm glad it didn't just go...
Okay, but yeah, I'm fine with it being slow, but I felt like at what point did it stop? And we also didn't see any negative effects of the Earth losing its sun. And then also...
it didn't lose its sun yet. They stopped it.
But it was sucking it up. Yeah, nothing bad happened.
A little thin stream of...
Nothing bad happened.
Nope.
I think a lot has to happen for the sun. One, because the sun is so far away.
I just feel like someone is getting like a little frosty.
Didn't even make it to Hala because the stream didn't even make it to the jump point.
Okay, so did we determine on when it stopped?
Yeah, when they showed it stopped.
Yeah.
But why?
Because the jump point disappeared.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
When she exploded.
When she disintegrated.
Okay, so that entire fight, the Earth was being sucked up.
Not the Earth.
The sun.
The sun, and during that entire fight, it didn't even reach the jump point yet.
Yeah, because they went back to Hala and they still didn't have no part of the sun.
They showed you it.
They showed the stream
leaving the sun, and it hadn't reached the jump point yet by the end of the fight.
Now, didn't the air and the water get sucked up a lot faster?
Yeah, it was on
air.
The planet.
Yeah,
you're talking about a planet versus a star.
I don't think we can justify this.
It's a star.
So just like he can justify air and water saving a planet,
can justify this. I just felt like they was like, let's
so
make this.
So you're okay with them throwing water at a planet and it just staying there for some reason, and then you're not okay with it not being able to suck up a star.
Yes.
No, that makes zero sense.
I felt like for it to suck up as fast as you're saying, that jump point needed to be a lot bigger, and it wasn't that big. Because when she does the jump point, it's only sucking up that one small section.
You act like that section is probably miles long.
You're talking about a star.
The sun, like how big the sun
like
is.
They was just like, yo, so nothing bad's gonna happen to Earth, right?
How many Earths are in the sun? Now I've got to Google this.
Oh my god!
No, I think it's like millions.
I just kind of felt like they just like. I think it should have been worse.
No, the sun is too big. And like DJ said, like it didn't even reach the jump point.
Why didn't she just pick another star? It's like was the sun the only star she could use?
No, she wanted to do that because
330,000 Earths can fit in the sun. So it didn't suck up all of Aladdin's oceans immediately. Like
how will we know? We didn't see it.
They had this whole fight while it was still sucking up water and stuff. Yeah. The fight lasted just as long as the fight in the third act. So you're like the star should be gone.
I'm not saying the star. I'm not. First of all, I did not say that the star should be gone. Okay. I'm saying that it was sucking up the Earth's sun, and we were not getting any negative effects from that happening. Yeah, that is what I'm saying.
Still there.
Yeah.
I don't think any effects was going to happen.
No,
it's like an asteroid hitting the sun. It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
No, I think something should have been happening.
I feel like I'd say it like this: if the sun was where the moon is, yes, but no, it's too far. It's too big, too far away.
I don't think the distance has anything to do with anything.
Heck yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
The distance between the sun and the earth?
Do you know exactly like a solar flare, like how long it takes for it to affect the earth?
No, Derek, you just threw everything off. Now I have to side with Daya over here. Okay. Yes, a solar flare does throw things off. So if that stream of star was coming off of the sun, it would have done something to
Thank
Earth.
You.
Thanks, Derek. I was on your side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fine.
All right.
Something.
Okay, computers went out for a second.
Whatever, y'all.
Right.
Y'all know I'm right.
Whatever.
I don't think
Aladdin.
Well, that whole planet is dead, and they just shrugged their shoulders.
They didn't care, man.
They didn't save nobody from that. They
was having a little argument on some kind of flower planet. I don't know.
Okay. So at the end, Carol's like, yo, I'll help your planet for some reason. What was the purpose of attacking her at the end? Like, she's legit's going to fix your problem. Why are we still acting like this?
Yeah, I don't know why she turned around. She was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then she still went to
like, what was the point of that? And then, so Carol goes in, and then, there's like, I can't fix the sun. My thing is, at no point did they make it seem like it was difficult or dangerous for her to go. She just recharged it with no problem.
Yeah.
I was just like, are we going to pretend like this is hard, or?
Which, once again, goes back to what you were saying. Why was she struggling fighting Darbin?
Right. When she power.
Just flew into a star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And restarted it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get how that works, but okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like
Darbin doesn't make it past the first.
I just feel like, I don't know, maybe make her hair a little crispier when she get out of there. It was just like, oh yeah, I can do this now. Just, just whatever. Not difficult, dangerous, whatever. Okay. My last nitpick. Are we going to give the Kree a pass for killing millions of people by stealing their air and water?
No.
Nope. That's an international war.
I guess that was Darbin technically.
Man, they followed her.
The Skrull is gonna want to retaliate.
I just feel like we're just no.
You saying they followed her, but they didn't do it. She went and did it.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone bombing the U.S.
Okay, but they were actively
look what
fighting.
She was doing because of what Carol did to her planet.
That's true.
Yeah, and it's not like she was just doing it by herself. They were pressing those buttons, sucking up water and air and stuff.
Yeah.
Some people, you talking about the planet, like, I don't think the Kree went, let's steal some air.
But how you think, like, the Skrull is going to feel?
Right, they have nowhere to go.
They have nowhere to go.
Back on Earth.
No, they have.
That's what I'm saying. And they killed 2 other planets.
Yeah.
And then Carol was just like, "Oh, here's your son."
Yeah, that's international or intergalactic war.
Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of shrugged our shoulders at that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some repercussions for that.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's my last nitpick.
Now that you say,
I have another nitpick. I feel
bad for Aladdin.
I have a
that's
nitpick.
That's what I'm saying. Go.
The Bengals. Miss Marvel had both of them on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, she only had one.
That's because Carol has the other one.
Oh, she does?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then.
All right.
I didn't catch that. I was just.
Give it to Carol.
I don't know, but Carol was wearing it.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, I did notice, like, hey, where's the other one? I think Carol's wearing it.
Okay. All right. I didn't catch that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch that. I was just
I think you should have given them both to Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to give her that kind of power?
Okay, never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like her character, but she's...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will say this as a point of praise for the movie. I do like how both Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau were horrible at being heroes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of times you'd be like, oh, I have powers now. I'm a superhero. And
right.
Like, that's not how it should go.
Right.
And they were getting beat up by, like, the weakest of villains. I'm like, y'all can't take care of the henchmen?
Yeah.
The henchman was destroying their house.
All right, so let's rate the movie. I'm going to put it a watch while folding clothes.
Agreed.
I will go with watch with folding clothes.
Yeah. Okay, this is a strong 6 out of 10.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right up in there.
Yeah.
So
it's close to the pure torture, but
no,
I will say it's better than Ant-Man.
It's better than Ant-Man.
2.
It's better than Ant-Man.
It's better than Thor.
3. Ant-Man 3. Sorry. Yeah.
So because it's better than Ant-Man and better than Thor.
Yes, it's better than Thor.
So I'm saying it has to be a watch while folding clothes because it's better than those two. And those two, I wanted to poke my eyes out.
Thor 4 has probably got to be like, well, no, the Eternals.
Oh yeah, that
and
one.
Then you got Thor, and then you got Thor 2.
No, Thor 2 is better than those.
Yeah,
it's better than those 3 movies we just listed for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
this might be along the line.
Yeah, you remember when Thor 2 was like the worst movie?
Yeah, we used to bash it all the time.
Yeah.
Now we've got it.
We somehow can do worse.
Yeah.
We can do worse.
Well, we're up to 33 movies now.
But no, I would say this is along the lines of Thor 2. It's about the same.
I'm trying to think if I had to choose to watch one, which one would I choose? Like if they say, "Hey, you have to watch one of these."
This one for sure.
I was like,
I think I will watch this over Thor 2.
Yeah, this one for sure.
Yeah.
So then that puts it over Thor 2.
It's better. It's better than Thor 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the bottom 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is bottom tier Marvel.
I can't wait till we do the 50 ranking when we get to 50 movies.
The top 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Civil War, Winter Soldier.
Just don't even do the top 5 because we already know what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be saying Civil War, Winter Soldier, Endgame, Infinity War, Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
you can't.
That's not changing. So.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. Kang Dynasty might be.
You funny.
Hey.
You ain't look again. I don't think we're going to get to the level of the Infinity Saga. Maybe after they do this multiverse thing. Maybe after we've had such a low, they can build back up, and then like when I'm 60, they have another Endgame.
I'm not watching these movies that long. I have better things to do.
She is.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are.
That's like you saying you're not going to watch a Batman movie or a James Bond movie.
If they start being that bad, I'll be out.
When I'm 60, I'm going to have nothing better to do.
Right. I'm going to watch all 60 movies.
Oh, my God.
That's too much. I think I'm going to be tired.
See?
All right.
At 60, I'm already going to be tired.
All right. Well, that's our thoughts on the Marvels. So, what did you think about it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let us know in the comments and leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcast, and we will catch you in the next one.